Hello, this is Jennifer Bailey, and in this video I wanted to talk to you about colour for your website, because it might be one of those areas that you're not really quite sure what you should do and what colours you should pick for your site. So I wanted to show you a couple of articles and resources that you could use to help you. The first site I've got open is an article on Smashing magazine, and I will leave a link to this site in the comments section. And it discusses and gives some examples of different websites and the sort of colours that they've chosen. So basically what it's saying is colour in design is very subjective, and what evokes one reaction in one person may evoke a very different reaction in someone else. And it is true, it could be a cultural issue or it could just be a personal preference. So you're trying to find the right colours that have the right impact for your website. And so what you can do is you can look at some of the colour theories to get an idea of what the colours mean, or to get an idea of how they could be used together. And the reason I like this article is because it explains the different meanings of the colours in different cultures and generally the feeling it evokes, to give you an idea of what you think might work for you and what might not. So it discusses warm colours, and it goes through each colour in turn and talks about what sort of meanings they have. So for example, here we are, red is a very hot colour associated with fire, violence and warfare, but it's also associated with love and passion. And in history it's associated with devil and the Cupid. So it's quite a powerful, strong colour. It can also be associated with anger, and it can also be associated with warning. But it could also be, for example in China, colour of prosperity and happiness. So it's very, very strong colour and probably needs to be used with caution, but it does make a very effective accent colour. So if we look at some of these sites here where they've used a red as an accent colour, they really do look high quality and powerful, elegant sites. So what I would suggest you do is have a look at some of these sites and see whether they fit in with the type of image that you're hoping to create, or the type of idea you're trying to create. So we'll keep on going down. So orange, now I've noticed orange seems to be very popular. Most of the sort of merchants, I've noticed the big brands, especially in the UK, are starting to use orange, and they've all moved away from traditional colours and now are using orange. It's very vibrant and energetic, but it's not quite as strong as red. So perhaps it's a little bit more easy on the eye, slightly more gentle. So it says here, orange commands attention without being as overpowering as red. And it's considered more friendly and inviting, so less in your face. And you can see a couple of the sites here where they've used orange very effectively. It does stand up very well against some of these very dark sites. So obviously we've got yellow. So yellow is considered the brightest and most energising of warm colours. Now we're only looking at primary colours here now. We're not looking at all the different tones. So just to get an idea. So it's associated with hope, happiness, it's energising. So it could be something that would be a very good accent colour. So if we look at this Food Teas website, yellow is used very effectively on this site. And here's another example. Let's keep going down. So these are just some examples using yellow and very effectively. So we're now on to cool colours. So there's green, blue and purple. And they're a bit more subdued. So green, I mean, if you look at health food stores or anything to do with environment, it's basically they tend to use a lot of green. It's very down to earth. It can represent wealth, stability, renewal and nature. And brighter greens can be more energising and vibrant. So here we have a look at some of the greens that have been used. So different tones of greens, but fundamentally they're green, the green colours. So blue. So blue is quite a calm, responsible colour, whereas light blue can be refreshing and friendly. So dark blues are strong and reliable, and it's associated with peace and had spiritual and religious connotations. I tend to find that blue can be quite a corporate colour, depending on if you use it on its own. So if you have blue and white, it can be quite corporate. Whereas light blues are more relaxing and calming. So if you want a site which has strength and reliability, and they're important, which is why obviously corporate colours, they're used in corporate sites, then obviously blue might be something that you want to use. But obviously you can freshen it up by using the lighter tones too. There we go. See, that's a good use of light blue with some accent colours there. It doesn't look really corporate, but it does look very calming and fresh. Purple. Now, I've used a little bit of purple and some blue on my website because I wanted something which was reliable, and but I didn't want to go corporate or too masculine. I wanted blue and purple, so I've got the creativity and the imagination, but I've also got the reliability side in it. So I've thought very carefully about the colours that I've used for my site. So let's keep going down, have a look at some more of these. So you can obviously take your time and go through. I know I'm flicking through them quite quickly. So obviously it says now we're on to neutral colours. It's talking about them. You use them more for the background. I think I picked like a very pale grey for the background of my site to make the two other colours stand out nicely. So let's have a look. So I've just got black, so it's very strong and it's edgier. See, you may like these black sites. I'm not a huge fan because I find that white on black is harder to read than black on white, but it does create a very striking impression. So this is another good use of black, with obviously all the blues as well. Very, very effective. So I won't talk any more about this site. I will let you go and have a look at it yourself. Like I said, I'll put the link in the comments section so you can go and have a look. The other site I want to show you is called Colour Combos, and I think this is an absolutely excellent resource for lots of different reasons. So basically what you can do, if you find a website that you like the colours of, and I would suggest you go and look at your competitors or people in the same niche as you and go and see what colours they've got, you can actually grab the colours from other websites. So I've just opened this random site up. This is Juice Master, and I'm going to put Control-C on my keyboard, and I'm going to go across to this site and paste in the URL here, and then click Get. So what's going to happen now is it's going to go to the site and collect the colours. So these are all the colours that have been used on that site where I've just basically been to and got the URL from. And what's really great is it gives you all the codes that you would need for those particular colours. So you can take them and you can write them on your Quick Start website planner, so you have the colours ready for when you start building your site. So if we go back again, the other thing you can do, which I think is really, really handy, is you can search by colour. So if you liked one of those hex codes we've just seen, you can type it in there and it will search for all the colour combos with that code in. Or you can click on here, which basically gives you some popular tags. So for example, if I click on blue violet, for example, and scroll down, you'll see you'll have all the different combinations with that colour in, or they're very similar colours in. So what you can do is, if you're not really quite sure, I mean, for example, when I was building my site, I knew I wanted blue and purple, but I didn't want to spend ages trying to try this colour with that colour. So all I did was I came to this site and I put in that I wanted blue, and it brought up all the sites, all these colour combos which had, and I picked the ones which had blue and purple in. I think, for example, this one looks fantastic. So you've got the blues, purple, white. So I could use the white as a background colour, which is sort of whitish, off-white. I could use my purple and my blue as an accent colour, for example, and then maybe I could have my sidebars in this colour. So it gives you lots of different options on how to find colours for your own site. I'm just going to try something else a minute. So if you click on the colour combo and come down the screen, you'll see that it will give you the colour breakdown. So these are the codes you can write down for your Quick Start Planner. So when you're building your website, those are the colours you'll need to enter to customise your site. And also what I quite like about this here is you can even play around with the colours. Excuse me. You can also play around with the fonts as well. So you can see how different fonts will look with the colour. So I'm just going to change the font. So here you are. If you're struggling to know what fonts to use, you can go in and you can play around with the fonts too. There we go. So I hope this video was useful for you and it's given you a little bit of inspiration to design and choose colours for your new website. I'm Jennifer Bailey and thank you for watching.